Hi everyone,
Hello.
I'm Michael Sanders. You know the score. Hi fam, what's up?
Hi.
What's up Go See's fam, as they say on YouTube.
That's cool.
This is my Go See show. This is Shaughnessy Brown.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you so much for
Yes,
coming
thank
today
you.
and for doing this interview with me. It's been a long time that I've followed your image online.
Yeah.
I came across your Instagram feed and was immediately drawn by the slightly dark, gothic, you would probably say emo now, nature of the wolves and snakes and the dark side of the moon.
I like that. Wolves and snakes are definitely my thing.
Now, how is that? How did you come to that kind of style? And was it conscious or was it your subconscious letting us all know who you are?
I think a bit of both, but my subconscious was a major key factor in the things that are drawn to me naturally.
Right, let's go back to the beginning of the
Okay.
birth of Shaughnessy.
Okay.
Now, Shaughnessy is such a flipping Irish name.
Yes, it is. It is very
You're
Irish.
black Irish, so you've got black hair
Yeah.
and pale skin and light eyes.
Yeah. I'm Irish and Native American, so it's a mix.
Jesus. Okay, so where were you born and to whom?
I was born in Orlando, Florida, and by my mother.
Yes.
My mother, Marita. And
Marita.
Yeah.
Does that sound Latin to me?
No. It's like southern.
Is it?
Yeah, it's southern.
Okay. Are you sort of, is it all the bayou and
What do you mean?
all that kind of New Orleans kind of, the Irish who might have gone there early on?
I honestly don't know.
Okay. What did
Yeah.
you look like her or your dad?
I'm not close with either of them. My dad, he left when I was about 5. And then my mom, she worked 3 or 4 jobs, growing up. So I kind of...
Now, my parents split up when I was 5.
Okay.
You're saying that your dad left
Yeah.
the building?
Well, he was in and out of jail. So then
wow.
he left the building around
shit.
5 years old. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but it's probably for the best, you know?
Do you know what your parents did at that time? At your birth?
No.
Do you know how
That's
they
a-
met?
Yeah, my mom met him he was working a part-time job at a hotel or something, so she met him there. But I don't really know. I don't know the whole backstory.
Your
We've
mother
never
was
really
in the
spoke about-
hotel business.
No, I think she was just visiting.
Oh, okay.
She was having a great night. Great night.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So they were together for how long do you think?
For about 6 years, maybe, on and off, because he's just a very difficult man.
He was tricky.
Yeah, in and out of jail and abusive and yada yada.
Oh, wow.
is such
Do
a
you
beautiful
remember any
part
of
of
that?
it.
Is any of that sort of
Yeah.
part of your cellular memory?
Yeah.
Gosh. And how did you deal with that?
I left.
Okay, at what age? So tell me about your childhood. Let's
So me
let's
growing
take
up.
this chronologically.
Yeah, in this warm room here.
It's warm.
Yeah,
With the fan on minimum.
it is. It's beautiful.
So
though.
we don't get any sound interference, but we're sweating to death.
So wait, what was your question? You said
Okay, let's start with your childhood.
Mm-hmm.
So all of this domestic instability,
yeah.
if not stress and crisis, led to you having to be removed from that situation.
Me removing myself
And
in
at
terms
what
of
age
that. Yeah.
what age did that happen?
I was right after I graduated, 3 days after.
Okay,
I
so
left.
this is you're a teenager by
Yeah,
by
I
this
just turned 18 that time.
point. Okay, so childhood was spent how? What were you doing? What were you like?
I was just really into sports.
Uh-huh.
And I was just a huge tomboy, and
Which were the sports that you practiced?
I played basketball. I did boats, rowing,
Okay.
and I did, so much stuff. But my main things was basketball and rowing.
Okay. Where did you get your personality from, do you think? Because you're quite outgoing. Mm-hmm. And you seem to be quite strong and opinionated.
I am very.
You're an extrovert.
Yeah.
Have you always been thus?
I'm a mix. I need my downtime, and I know that, but I also have a really strong opinion on things because I think it's important to project who you are and what you believe for whatever reason. And I feel like all that's happened because of the way that I was, 1, raised, 2, how I chose to pursue the life that I am going, and then 3, just from traveling so much.
Right. Yes, because there's something worldly about you.
Yeah, that's cool.
You seem
I like
sophisticated and urbane. You look
Thank
like you
you.
come from a big city.
Well, no, thank you.
So were you like this as a child? Were you sort of pretty? Did you look the way that you do?
I just had really long hair, and everyone like always said like, "Wow, you're so pretty," yada yada. But I was just like,
sort of Snow White looking. So very
not very
pale with the dark hair?
No. It was like
a little gothic
it was like,
Snow
no,
White.
actually. I was a very tan woman.
Yes, of course.
Like surfing. I had very long hair down to my hips and just like...
So you tanned. You're one of those sort of
tan very...
Anglo-Saxons that tan.
Yeah, I do.
So the melanin is there, ready to be stimulated.
It is.
At a moment's
It's just
notice.
ready for me.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Were you aware of fashion from an early age? At what age did this start? This career that we're going to get into dawn?
Yeah. This main thing that I remember about when everything started was just these really massive black boots that I always had. And I would wear it with shorts, I would wear it with blue jeans, I would wear it with black jeans, cut up jeans, anything. And I just remember always just wanting to have them on because I just felt powerful for some reason.
Was that tied into a particular subculture or style culture?
I think it was when I first stepped into high school, and there was just a lot of changes going on from like middle school to high school. You had to change like actual like locations of schooling and like different groups of people, and I don't know, I just felt like I needed to express myself in that way.
Were you an alternative? Were you in the alternative crowd?
What does that mean exactly?
Were you the sort of arty kid, or were you the jock?
Not a jock.
Sporty. What's the female equivalent of
I was
the jock?
a very, very big mix, and I always got along with different crowds.
Okay.
I didn't have one thing. I always kind of like pushed aside those like beauty like queens with like the lipstick and the push-up bras.
So you weren't those girls?
I just couldn't. I can't.
Okay.
I don't know.
Were you popular nevertheless, regardless of the fact that you weren't allied with the popular girls?
I wasn't popular. I was well known.
Is that better?
I think I don't know. I don't know if it's better or not. That's for them to decipher. But I think being well known and having respect over someone is better than just being popular just because you're popular for whatever reason.
What zodiac sign are you?
I'm a Pisces, a very strong Pisces.
Freaking strong.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm a Leo.
A Leo? Oh,
yeah,
cool.
A very friendly.
They're very friendly. They are.
I mean, yes, of course.
They really are.
So friendly and lovely. So are you... So how did the fashion thing come about? How old were you? What were you doing when it happened?
Yeah.
Take me on that journey.
To kind of like cut it short,
Don't.
Okay.
We like the long, unabridged versions generally.
Okay,
Just give us some meat and potatoes.
Yes,
Shaughnessy.
meat and potatoes. Okay. I was about 16 or 17, and people were really starting to like scout me out. And
because you were well known.
Oh, yeah.
Your reputation preceded you.
It just carried me to the heights of everything.
Yes.
No, but I just wasn't really into it, like, at all. I was like, I don't want to do it. I want to just stay focused on what I'm doing and do what I want to do.
So official scouts from
like 16
model
or 17,
agencies came knocking at your school? Or?
No, just like I met someone once at a coffee shop. I met someone like
randomly,
just super random, because there's always scouts around looking for new talent.
Of course.
Coming.
The new blood.
Yeah, but then it was like when I was turned 18, I was like, all right, what am I going to do? How am I going to get out of New York? I want to do acting.
You were already in New York?
No, excuse me. How do
yes.
I get out of Florida?
Okay.
And
what town is this we're talking about?
That was in Orlando.
Is that
Orlando.
Is that where you spent most of your early childhood?
Yeah, all of it. Well, mostly.
Orlando is where Disney World is?
Yeah.
Has that permeated your...
Yeah, I was around so many, like, new people, like Spanish people, Italian, French, like people went to school, like people spoke different languages, like it was a very cultural based place, which I'm very thankful to be around, actually.
Right. Okay, so when did you give in? So you were 16, did you say?
16 when I was first getting scouted and the interest was rolling on people's end. And then around 18 is when I met my manager, which is at Starsystem now, and that's who I work with, which is Joseph.
How did you meet him?
I met him in Florida. He was doing a scout with the team that he was with, and he was like, we met each other, and I moved to LA right after that, and I wanted to pursue acting, and I started modeling. And
Why acting?
I love characters. I love really performing and really, really getting deep with characters. It's not about anything else in that. Right. It really comes down to just character driven.
You like to inhabit other people?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Especially if I get to really know the basis of the story and the person and what I'm going after. That's like really interesting to me.
Have you considered this fashion lark a diversion? A distraction?
100%.
So you're saying that acting was the main goal?
Yeah, I can say 50% it's been a distraction because one, now it's paying my bills. It's paying for me living. It's paying, and it's like a job, which I didn't really like click in my head until...
When did that happen?
Over time. I'm still learning it,
right,
you know?
Right. So you didn't immediately think this is going to be my living?
No. I didn't know what my living was. I was just like, let me just travel. Let me just see the world. Like...
So were you excited when Joseph approached you and it seemed like it was all very viable?
I was only excited because of him and the team that we were working with at the time, because it was like a family to me.
Now, what is it about the personality of a scout and or agent that will do that, what will draw you in? Why were you so seduced, charmed, impressed by a personality?
When people say that they're going to do something and they don't do it, or they just talk the talk and like they sell things to you, like everyone's trying to sell stuff. But when somebody can say something and then they have a set plan on how to make that happen, what we're going to do in terms of making it happen and how we're going to get there, that's like gold to me. Mm. It's just
was that pretty much his approach early on? He was setting out a plan.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what any good manager, any good agent, and any good person that wants to create something in their life should do.
And does that take precedence over personality, vibe, style, and just personal qualities?
I think it all is a mix. And when you have the first thing that I was saying, like the top priority of a plan, a game plan for everyone involved, and then also a positive outlook on each end, like your agent or the personal talent, it all comes together and it builds energy and it pushes it.
Were you ambitious? Were you always ambitious? Did you always have a vision of yourself and your life and how it would be?
Yeah.
Where does that come from? How do those dreams percolate? How does that happen? Is it innate? Is it just part of who you are?
I just know.
You
it sounds so
it's intuitive for you.
Yeah, it is. I just know, like, I'm gonna work towards something, so I know it's gonna happen. End of story. Okay. Like, it's like I know.
So you're creating it. You're manifesting it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. It runs in all these things run in my mind every day. If I want to go and be a pro at sports, or if I want to go be a pro at modeling or acting or meeting people, I'll go after it and I'll create it myself and make it happen for me.
How much of it is hard work, hours put in, and how much of it is dreaming and desire on that axis?
On my free time, it's dreaming. That's so random. And then during...
But you're a dreamer anyway.
Yeah,
the dreaming happens all the time, all the time.
But nothing's going to happen if you don't actually... Like, I was such a dreamer for so long and I didn't do anything. I'm like, I can fly to the moon. Like, and then, no, you're not going to unless you put it into action, and you need to have step by step. So... Being
a sportswoman, that was shown and proven from an early age.
100%.
You couldn't win the race without practice.
Yeah. But it's cool because... Growing up, I was in a group setting of sports. Like, you had to depend on a team. Right. And now it's like the sports that I do, which is boxing, or I'll do running, or just certain other things on my own, or like weightlifting, or whatever I do for like my fun or whatever. That's all singular. So like you're your own person doing these, pushing yourself to be better than you were yesterday and being better than where you were a year ago, and it's nobody else. It's just you getting to be your best at like a heightened sense of it. That makes sense.
So you were an official signed up member of the modeling fraternity at 16 years old?
No, like 18. I would say 18 is when I really stepped into it.
And so, how long have you been doing that now? How old are you now?
That cannot be talked about. I'm 19. I'm 1 year.
A lady never reveals her age.
A lady never reveals.
I love that.
Sorry.
That's great. And I will honour that.
Thank you.
I will not press any further.
How old are you?
Oh, no, we're not even going to discuss that at all. A gentleman would certainly never, ever reveal just how old he is.
Right.
So what is it that you want? What is winning in modelling? What were the goals? How close are you to achieving of those?
There's no goals in modelling. And that's so, like, I'm in this and I say that, but, I mean, you can't set a goal to be like something. Like in modeling, because it's not up to you.
So what do you get out of it? What's the outcome? What's the fruit of your daily labours? Why are you in it?
I think a lot of it comes down to meeting people and expressing kind of their vision on a photo, or even if I'm working with a film director on their vision of a film, and me being a part of that and attached to it and creating my end of it too.
Yes.
And I feel like having that, it's kind of like an art piece in a way.
So it's just about personal expression for you.
For sure. And everyone involved that you get to meet and be a part of, even though it can be long days or...
Yes, shared creativity.
Yeah, for sure.
And what's your favourite part in the little sort of practical aspects of the day's shoot that you relish, that you like, that you what's your favourite bit of the process?
Breakfast.
Starting the day properly.
Breakfast.
I can imagine you being a very hearty eater.
I am, actually. Why?
What
is going on?
Because you have a gusto for life.
Yes, I do.
And an energy that obviously needs to be fed. That energy has to come from somewhere.
I actually just turned pescatarian.
Oh my God. So you will only eat from the sea?
Yes. Respectfully from the sea, and eggs.
So no fruits from the vine?
What kind of fruits?
Well... Any fruit from no tree-bearing fruit?
No, that's pescatarian.
Oh, I see.
What are you talking about?
So it's
fruits, vegetables,
and fish.
Okay. Yes. Wow.
Not
no
just
fruits.
Fish. Not just fish.
Yeah.
Because a fruitarian, for example, is someone who will just only eat fruit.
That would really mess up your digestive system.
It would.
Like, imagine that. And then you eat like a mushroom. Sorry,
so you're not
really art. Okay.
But you're not concerned that we have, as a species, completely made a toilet of our seas, and therefore, isn't there a worry that
what about farmland too, though? You're injecting them with all this stuff. I agree, but what about the
heavy metals and the mercury and the salmon and the fish?
Well, what about we're all going to die one day? So does it really matter?
Did you ever?
It's true though.
Do you smoke?
Yeah, I do sometimes. I've really cut it out though. I kind of have.
Did you smoke as a teenager?
No.
Vaping is a big thing. I'm worried for my daughter because I saw a thing on CNN the other day that it's gone up. Vaping addiction has gone up 900% in the past couple of years. That kids are vaping in class now in high school.
Yeah, I was curious if they were gonna cut that from like the kids like being able to do that, or have like a law in there.
I think so, because there's a sort of misguided assumption that vaping isn't smoking.
Right, so but it's still nicotine getting into your blood, but the combustion isn't there from the cigarettes.
Right, so it's still not healthy. It's healthy and it's still addictive, and it's still probably altering their brain chemistry.
For sure, it's a chemical.
At a time when their brains are growing and are susceptible to all sorts of changes.
Yeah, for sure.
How is your dating love life? Talk to me about it.
I don't have any.
Did you ever?
Yeah, I did. I've had it in the past, but I'm like...
Did you like it? Are you good in love?
I mean, I'm really like a driven person, so it's like...
No time?
I mean, I have time, but I just don't want to have time because I just want to keep working. Like, I just want to do what I want to do and not...
So you don't think that... You don't even see it as a sacrifice. It's just as it is.
Yeah, it is as it is, but also it's like I know that I'm like I have to live my life too, so that's like a weird, confusing thing right now. But I'm good.
So you don't want a boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, whatever?
No, I'm not. I mean, I'm open to it, but I don't.
You're not looking for it?
No.
Okay.
I'm content with where I stand right now.
Okay, what's the next job when they call you, when Joseph rings?
Yes, tomorrow. Tom Ford.
You want to work for Tom Ford?
Yeah, I'm going to a casting after this.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's literally
So
the
I'm
next
like,
job. But in your sort of mind, what would you love to be the ideal, ultimate job or ultimate client? What would you would be making it?
I think
in
recently
fashion?
is the directors that I'm speaking to about.
They're not photographers.
I know, but like a part of it. I want to step into the whole acting
Shaughnessy,
realm. Yeah.
why didn't you do the whole teenage?
Drama queen.
Oh my God. Aren't you built to be a teenage vampire stroke werewolf?
Yes. I love
That's so freaking obvious. You are a teenage vampire.
Oh gosh.
And even if you're not a teenager, I'm calling you a teenage vampire.
Yeah, okay.
All of those shows.
That's a little cheesy though.
That, but you're built for it. I mean, it's cheesy.
I would do it. I would do it and make a ton of money.
And the Twilight, you're a vampire.
Yeah, okay.
You're Lestat. You're from Centuries.
Yes. That sounds fun, actually.
So this really is your time, Shaughnessy. What we're establishing here is this is what it's gonna be.
Can you help me meet someone so I can do that?
I just think it's so flipping obvious. I can't believe there haven't been the phone calls from Hollywood already.
They just don't know. They're missing out already.
All those vampire wolves, right?
All the blood.
You're all wolf.
Where's the
You're
blood?
all wolf.
I am wolf. I am. I
You're
was
part
talking
wolf.
to somebody about that the other day.
For sure.
I am. I'm always on the hunt.
That's right. I love that.
Do they eat fish though?
Of course they do.
Okay.
They're in the freaking Arctic.
Yeah, but
they have to dig under the snow.
No meat. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's
I'm
all
kidding.
fish. It's all blubber.
Okay.
You're fueled on blubber.
Yeah.
So, okay. So how long is this going to go on for, the fashion thing? Would you give it up tomorrow if you had a full-time acting gig? And
it would still always be in the mix. I'm going to be around.
You're going to be around, and you're going to be photographed no matter what the medium.
It is
Stills
what it
or
is.
Video.
Yeah. It is. I mean, I've people approach me for stuff all the time, and I take it or I don't. But I still do the things that I want to do, and it's all we figure it out. We figure it out. You know?
Are you aware of that power that you obviously have? I mean, because I think it's really palpable. Going back to the first time that I saw your image on Instagram, it was such an alluring, seductive world. And it wasn't just because of your, the way you looked and the way you put yourself in sort of autoerotic, if I can even say, situations. Because there's always, the edge is slightly dangerous.
Yeah.
And therefore slightly erotic because that's where, that energy lies.
You have an interesting point of view on that.
Were you conscious of all of that? Is it through design, or again, is it a kind of subconscious expression of who you are anyway? Oh my God, I've got a terrible sweat under here. Look at this. Oh shit.
Joseph's gonna get mad because
look at this
here.
sweat.
Hey guys, he's sweating right now.
I'm sweating like a crazy person. It's healthy, and I'm gonna put a shirt.
So I'm just gonna speak while he's gone. I hope everybody's doing well. So this is his daughter's room, and look what we have here.
I need protection because of these sweat things. It is. Tell them
That's
how hot
his daughter.
Tell them how hot it is.
It's very, very hot in here right now.
All right, I am disguising the sweat things. You don't want to be looking at that, guys. Okay, great. I do yoga, so I'm really an efficient sweater.
Wait, is it okay? Are you good?
I'm good.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, I'm good in
Round,
this one.
take 2.
Are we being a bit cut off in this?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. All right. So how do you?
It's weird because like all the. Okay, it's
go.
fine. There you go.
I don't. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, this is our main camera. Lovely. All right. So, should we talk about? Let's do your. Is that it for the main interview? I can't even believe it.
Yeah, probably.
Give us some advice for. I love your efficiency. Give some advice to other models looking at you and thinking, Shaughnessy is so cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, not yeah, but yeah, for sure, helping other people.
Yeah, what have you learned so far about the business that you could, pass out?
Yeah, I mean, just if you want to do something, which if you want to step into modeling or acting or whatever, you just have to have the belief and push yourself in the uncomfortable zone to be able to do it. And don't lean just on daddy or mommy, and just like really like push yourself to all extremes.
Do you feel that you did this all alone? Do you feel that you had to be independent? Are you independent by nature? What I'm getting at is the distance between you and your parents.
Yeah.
How has that impacted? How does that impact the journey? Do you feel that you have to do it all for yourself?
I mean, I grew up that exact way, so, but looking on the outside of me, like kind of talking in, yeah, I did. Like I had to do it all alone, and whatever, you grow up real quick, and you...
So you were mature anyway?
Yeah, I was. I was very immature, but mature at the same time. But I didn't really have that much guidance until I started having the team that I was working with and choosing who I wanted to be with. I've had a lot of downfalls, but a lot of rises
Have you?
too. Yeah, for sure.
So it hasn't been a straight and easy path?
And it
by any
hasn't
means?
been just overnight either. Just because you can look a certain way doesn't mean that carries you. It takes guts and personality and failing and trying again and going at it a different way and meeting people and whatever. I mean, that's life. Anything that you do is a process, you know?
Are you aware of making any things that you could consider concrete mistakes, or...
Like on purpose, or what do you mean?
Or not even on purpose, just things that have happened that you think, oh shit, I would have done that differently, or you tend not to? Do you tend...
Yeah, and getting in wrong friendships and wrong relationships.
What do you value in your friendships?
Nowadays is just a strong personality and strong mindset that you can actually sit down with someone at coffee, dinner, whatever, and speak to them, and you don't have to try and be anything other than you just speaking to them and getting along with people and learning and hearing out other people's opinions and trying to fix stuff and just kind of being like social.
Are you essentially a loner, or are you gregarious and social?
I need both.
Okay, so
I'm a Pisces. Like, I need my like swimming alone time, but I also need my like grouping and togetherness and creative. And
who are your best friends? Where did they come from? And
recently,
and
or
how
past?
come? Yeah, give me some good ones from throughout the life.
Growing up, it was Holly and Peyton that were my best friends. Whatever, like we were just
School friends.
Yeah, school friends, and Ariel and just all these people that we always just hung out. And my best guy friend Daniel and a couple other people. So that was me growing up, though. I was just always skateboarding and surfing and just like living like a kid life. I don't know.
Right. So you wouldn't quite characterize yourself as a particularly guy's girl or girl's girl.
I think I get along with guys, just like
you do better.
What I just do better with them.
Is that because of your energy?
I don't know. I just get along with guys. I just like them just to hang out with.
Okay.
And then girls, it depends on what kind of girl. But I mean, I still get along with them. But I can't like talk about our nails all day.
Do you have very good modeling girlfriends from the business?
I do have some good girlfriends, actually. And then I have some acquaintances that I see too a lot that I'm friendly with. But you always are in and out of the cities, and like you get to see them and meet them and stuff, so it's cool.
What excites you about a particular photographer, job, method of working? What do you respond best to? What do you like on a shoot? What's a perfect scenario for you?
I think when it's like a really good styling, and
Right.
then playful makeup. Like that, it's just kind of, and then I get to create the own character in the situation.
So it starts with the clothes?
It starts with clothes and makeup. Yeah. That's like clothes, makeup, and hair is your main thing, and then the talent. But clothes is a huge factor in what kind of like vibe you're setting and like what.
It's
like,
a fashion story.
Yeah, totally.
It's the reason to be.
It is.
So are you... Is that important? Is taste important to you, and can you perform at your best if you hate the clothes?
I can still perform.
Because you're a pro?
You just know whatever. You just know what you're doing, you know?
Right.
Sorry, it's kind of like difficult talking about me. You know?
Yeah.
It's weird talking about yourself.
Is it?
It is. So, I mean, it is sometimes because it's like your own projection of yourself talking about yourself.
Uh-huh. Isn't it
I don't
something
know.
that comes...
That's
I don't know.
blowing my mind.
Really?
But yeah.
I like that.
Because we all have all the... Like, I just have so many mixed thoughts of different things. So it's like not... I don't know.
But it's so funny because, again, the image that you have projected out... And I haven't... And I've been remiss because I didn't look again at the Instagram feed as it is here and now today, because it seems to have shifted slightly. And again, this is a general impression. I haven't done my homework sufficiently.
Yeah.
But there was a time when it was very, very sort of intense and
That was
focused.
part of my life then.
But that was such a strong expression of that life.
For sure. It was, though.
Now, is it a conscious decision to not water it down per se, but to make it a bit more accessible?
I'm trying to evolve into like, I'm not, that was a point of my life, like very heavy, but.
Does that drive, did that drive your success in a sense?
I mean,
was it the engine of it?
It drove it a bit, and yeah. But then that's when I got a little bit like, I had to step away for a minute. There was just a lot of energy that was being pushed my way.
Right.
And a lot of people wanting things, but.
Right.
So
how do you deal with that? I mean,
you deal with it, and then you have to step away, and then you jump back. But it's like or don't. I didn't step away. I just kind of like, you take a moment, and then you keep moving.
So do you know that you're a cool girl? I mean, are you cognizant of that cool factor, and is that what you're playing with? Is that the ingredients that you have?
I don't know.
Or are you not?
I don't know what that even, I don't know.
You're not conscious. It was like, again,
I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, I understand like what you're saying, but I think.
Do you have an idea in your mind of who you are, and that it is cool, and that you're projecting something that you're aware of being cool, and I'm wondering.
I just know it's not cool, so
right.
I choose what I actually do like, which is whatever I do like, and however people perceive it, that's how they perceive it.
Right.
It's not up to me.
Well, I think cool is also an attitude, and the fact that you seem so assuredly yourself is the strength of it, right? It's like kind of unapologetic. You are who you are to the utmost of that, and it's a sort of acceptance of that.
Yeah,
and with that comes power and freedom, and the power is what is actually alluring.
Yeah. Okay.
And
when you do have power when you do have freedom though when you have discipline and you have like strength with yourself. So that's freedom, and people will see that and they're like, ooh, I want that, they like you really get to mend with it, and like people want that.
So you're not thinking of moving to Los Angeles to try to break into
I'm not.
that system?
The thing is I'm not gonna try hard. Like I'm not. When something happens and it's like necessary. Yeah. What is that?
Is that you? Oh, it's down there. Oh no, it's my phone.
Sorry, guys.
I'm sorry about that.
A little shaky right now.
Yeah, it's pulsating.
How many phones do you have?
I just have the one. This is an iPad.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, so I don't want to end it there. What should I having you here now?
Yeah.
What should I get from you that I will regret if I don't? What do you have to impart? Because it's so funny because I've reached out to you a couple of times over the. Did
I not answer?
No, we had a little.
Oh, okay.
For jobs,
sorry.
right? There were a couple of jobs that came through that I thought that you would be perfect for. There was one that McKinley Hill ended up doing for Elle. Yes, we've been in very slight
I thought you were
over
talking
2
about
years.
like through my
DM.
management. Okay.
DMing. So I'd like to talk about that DMing because it's such a great tool for a photographer, first of all, to get much more of an insight into who this person is before meeting them and then working with them. And then obviously the dreamscape of what you're putting out and how that will tie in with what the photographer's thinking about at that given time.
Sure.
It was an Elvis story. It was for Elle.
Yeah.
And I think you were in London or Europe at the time, so
Right,
it didn't
that
happen.
was a while ago,
And that was
actually.
maybe a year or two ago.
Yeah, it was.
Just to give you some idea of the time frame here.
Okay.
So to have you sitting manifesting
That's cool.
is really nice
Yeah.
because I wanted to work with you in that capacity. So so here you go. This is a good example that it creates a reality,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And here we are sitting here today. Thank you, Shaughnessy.
Yes, thank
I don't
you.
want to let you go. I
gotta go.
I want to squeeze it
Yeah.
all out of it. I'm going to go on to the let's do the model style now. Okay, so I have to point out that, yes, of course, this Go Sees project is split up into various
Okay.
sections, right? And I've
Yeah.
got my little beauty thing and I've got my style thing.
Okay,
So,
cool.
for the main interview, Shaughnessy, what makes you happy? Let me talk to you about your philosophy of life before we go. I want to
Okay.
always leave with a bit of a bang, something
Okay, let's
precious.
bang it out.
Let's bang it out. So, what's your philosophy of life? What's the meaning of life for you? What makes you happy?
Oh, wow. Okay. The philosophy of life is
What's it all about? How do we make sense of this experience?
really being present. Being present gives you the ability to really take in everything that you're doing. And that's where a lot of people's anxiety gets drifted away. If you're focused on just the moment and where you are,
Yes.
then you're cool. Like, you're good.
Right. The here
You're
and now.
Good. Yeah.
Live here now.
Yeah.
Be here now.
Yeah.
Love it. That's the song. It's an Oasis
Be here
song.
now.
An Oasis. Okay, and what makes you happy, Shaughnessy?
A good place to sleep.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Comfortable bedding?
Yeah, and just moving. Like, I like moving and being just
You like
active
action.
and,
You're an
like,
action girl.
I am just like gotta
How do
move.
you deal with stasis, therefore? How do you cope when things aren't moving at quite the clip pace that you would want them
I
to?
adjust.
As a good Pisces does.
Yeah, I adjust.
You're riding the currents, you're riding the
Yeah.
waves.
Yeah.
What's your greatest gift and quality attribute, and then your worst? What are your pros and cons? List them for me. What would I fall in love for you
okay.
for, and what would piss me off?
Okay. My pros are I'm always whenever I say I'm gonna do something, I usually will do it. Like
Integrity.
yeah,
I call
or
that.
getting up early, or meeting people on time, or making
You were on time.
interviews. Yes, I was. I wasn't even 1 minute late.
You were bang on
You
time.
took a
Yes,
long
a
time
minute
to
to get
walk
down.
down.
Even two. I was looking
Yeah.
at my phone as
He's
you
like, well,
as the doorbell went. It was 11 o'clock.
Exactly. I
On the
told you.
dot.
I
I'm
told
like
you.
that too. So you're good for punctuality as a
Yeah.
pro.
I think I'm a mix of a Pisces and a Scorpion, though. Like, my dad was a Scorpio.
Was he?
Yeah, and I feel
got
like
that
I just
energy.
get these people. Like, I like it.
Fucking to
They
the
are.
point. To
And I
the
love
point.
that.
I
Yeah.
like that too. It's powerful. They can achieve anything
Yeah.
with that focus
But they
that you're
also-
talking about. They are scary.
Yeah. They need to, like, lean on the softer people sometimes because it can be a lot for them. Anyways,
Yeah.
my mom talks to me, like, she used to talk to me about this kind of stuff a lot.
Is that right? So
Yeah.
what's your mother's sign if your father was a Scorpio?
My mom was Gemini.
Okay.
I don't get along with. I just don't. I don't
You
know.
don't get
I
them.
don't know.
Right.
There's too much, like, meh.
Well, you're a Pisces and your father's a Scorpio, so they're
Yeah.
both water elements.
Yeah, for sure.
You're watery.
For
okay.
sure.
What are things that you change about yourselves? About yourself? How are you difficult to live with?
I overthink a lot, and I also sometimes get a lot of anxiety. So I cope with that with my pros, but I get anxiety, and I do overthink just like a lot because there's so much like that I could do and make different and change and talk and do yada yada. But I'm very like, I know where my focus is and like what I want, but can overthink and like,
Right.
because there's so many options. There's so
Are
much
you
to do.
easy? Are you would you qualify yourself as high or low maintenance?
I'm low maintenance.
You're easy to live with.
Like,
You're easygoing,
I'm pretty easy to
even
live
though
with,
you're
yeah.
even though you're so driven and chomping at the bit.
I don't need much.
Okay.
I don't need much. I'm fine.
Great.
Yeah.
And do you demand things from others? I mean, you don't need much, but do you need much from me?
From you?
Yeah.
I need some water. That's what I need. Go get me some water.
Or does one thing follow? Needing not a lot yourself, does that imply that you expect little from others?
That's a good question, because recently I've started demanding more out of other people.
Oh God, that's so loud.
Yeah. People are texting you. What's going on?
You're now more demanding.
Now I'm a little bit more structured in what I want. So I want other people to be a little bit more structured in what I want and what they want too.
Right.
But I am easygoing, but now I'm kind of reaching that level of like, all right, let's get some stuff going. Let's start working, doing our stuff,
Mm-hmm.
rather than floating around like a butterfly, stinging like a bee.
I love it. Shaughnessy, thank you for your words of wisdom today.
Thank you.
It was so lovely
good meeting
finally
you.
to be in your proximity.
Thank you.
And to make the Instagram image real.
Yes, for sure.
You're much more conservative than I had imagined you to be. I thought you'd be a bit more rocky, a bit more edgy.
I am a little bit. My shirt's a little cut on
This
underneath.
blazer is
Have no
so-
bra on. Little tattoo. What's going on?
Okay.
Anyway, we gotta go.
That's also
is too
him.
much.
That's also him.
Bye, guys.
Thank you very much. Bye.